Chapter 22. Realistic Expectations. This isn't working out the way I was hoping. Tigger. Your child is still a child. They do not have the experiences that you have had to influence the way they look at the world. They understand the world through their limited experiences. Try to understand your child through the way he sees the world. You expect great things from your child. You want their room spotless or the dishes done without reminders. How good are you at keeping up with your tasks? If you struggle to keep your room clean, don't expect the same from your child. We often put pressure on our child instead of setting them up for success. They need coaching and guidance. Have you ever felt frustrated, misunderstood, and undervalued? If only you could see through their eyes. Try to understand your child. Listening to your child does not mean that they get their way or that they have power over you. Listening is a way to feel understood. It's empowering for you and your child when you step back and hear him. Story. My tenacious daughter was an independent 3-year-old. She preferred to walk on the busy street near our home without holding on to my hand. "I can do it all by myself," was one of the first sentences to come out of her mouth. I provided constant reminders to stay between the white lines when we came to a crosswalk. Without fail, like a tightrope walker, she would balance herself right on the white line. I would remind her to remain between the white lines, and she persisted in her position on the white line. Years later, when my daughter was about the age of 19, I told her this story. Shockingly, she replied, "Mom, I thought that when you said to stay between the white lines, that you meant walk on the white line and don't go off of them." All those years of thinking she was defiant and she was just being obedient. How many other moments were misunderstood and informed years of mislabeling my child? Listen to your child. Again, all they want is to feel close to you and to please you. They need you. If your child is upsetting you and pushing buttons, you may be misunderstanding what they are communicating. Story. I had a mom come into my office with her 10-year-old that was acting out. "This is only happening at home," was the exacerbated concern. After spending time together, I deduced that he wasn't feeling connected and that was all he was wanting. Mom turned to the son and said, "I think we are pretty connected, don't you?" The son quickly shook his head. Even when we think we are doing a good enough job, our children may see things differently. Be open to how they perceive and see the world. Remember, they are not a little you. They are a little them. Chapter 23. Sleeplessness. When all else fails, take a nap. Winnie the Pooh. Children are like sponges and spend their days learning about the world. They take in enormous amounts of information during the day. At nighttime, the brain shuts down all its parts to reboot for the coming day. All its parts, that is, except the emotional brain. The emotional brain remains active to make sure that you are protected from danger. This is why you have a harder time sleeping in an unfamiliar hotel or anywhere away from home, because the emotional brain remains online and active just in case there is any danger lurking. Any emotional disturbances felt during the day by your child will be front and center in your child's mind. Any unresolved emotional disturbances from the past could be front and center in your child's mind. As your child lays in bed, their emotional brain is cycling through these raw emotions. Thoughts go round and round as the thinking brain tries to find a solution. This can be overwhelming. To deny the emotion is to make it bigger. Telling your child to go to sleep, there are no monsters, everything is okay, will make the fear stronger. You are not acknowledging the message of the emotional brain, so the feeling intensifies. Use Live to take away some of the power of the emotional brain. This may help your child to come to a solution, or just alleviate some of the emotional pressure. Be prepared, as this will take time, and it will be late. But when you invest the time, eventually the pressure valve is released, and the power that drives the behavior will melt away. Use Live to calm the brain somewhat, and then you can agree to talk about the situation in the morning. Chapter 24. Rewind. Love is taking a few steps backward, maybe even more, to give way to the happiness of the person you love. Winnie the Pooh. Rewind is a technique that I use when a child needs changing their behavior. I also use this when I need to change the way that I may have behaved. Rewind is when you go back and do it all over again. But this time, you substitute the desired behavior in the place of what was unwanted. I often use this when my children have a conflict, like when they start to get worked up and say things that are hurtful. I first have them stop and take space until they are in a better place. Next, without letting time elapse, we go back to the time just before the situation started to get bad. Then I have them go through the scenario again, only this time they have to use different words or behaviors. They have to make the situation amicable and reestablish the strong relationship that they have. Your children start yelling and swearing at each other. You tell them it must stop. If they don't, you get one to leave the room, or whatever it takes to make the situation halt. Once they have calmed down, you bring everyone together and describe the behavior that you want changed. The next time a moment is unacceptable for you or your child, you can change the story. You can generate new habits. It's like erasing a sketch and redrawing the lines the way that you want them. You have the power to create the sketches of life that you want for your home and your family. It all starts with you. Chapter 25. Mistakes. Always watch where you are going. Otherwise, you may step on a piece of the forest that was left out by mistake. Pooh's Little Instruction Book. Expect that you will mess up. That's a realistic expectation and a good thing. Mistakes are a part of life, especially the life of a parent. The good news is that being a parent is all about learning from your mistakes. It takes strength and humility to own up to your mistakes. This can have a powerful effect on your child. Children are very forgiving. When you mess up, you provide a wonderful teaching tool for your child. One of the greatest teaching tools for your child is to apologize. A sincere apology is taking ownership of whatever it is that you have done that you or your child would like to change. The following is 5 steps to a sincere apology. 1. Ask permission to apologize. This shows respect for their space and makes them feel valued and important. 2. Show understanding that you have caused them to hurt. 3. Present a plan to fix what you have done. 4. Include how you will not repeat what you did, otherwise the apology is nullified. 5. Talk it through and then ask for forgiveness. Your child's ability to manage their emotions comes from you. How you manage and model your own internal disruptions provides a blueprint for your child. You cannot expect a behavior from your child unless you have modeled that behavior yourself. Take ownership. Find strength in knowing that you can grow together. The result is a strong bond with your child and your child's strong bond with themselves. It is not what you do, but what you do after what you've done. Brandis Evans.